You came over. Hey, yo, everybody in the chat, I want you to give this person a nice round of applause. Sharkberry Games, okay? Leslie, this is somebody who's literally just smack talking me in my own Instagram thing, all right? But because we established trust and we said that you're welcome to come around with that attitude, as long as you joke around and have fun with it the way we do. So give some GGs or whatever else you want to give. I don't know how people do in the chat. I'm old. I don't know these things, guys. I'm still new to Twitch in the long run. I'm a year in and I'm still very new. So thanks for coming out. I hope you have fun. Listen, Boston did not play a bad game tonight at all. I mean, if you think about it straight up, they got more shots, more hits. Hey, Leslie's giving you some, Leslie's gonna give you some love there. For showing up, for having the cojones to show up. I love it. But yeah, just the way Boston did tonight. They had the cojones to show up, right? They had the cojones to show up. They're not an easy team. This did not go as smoothly as you might think. I know the score was 4-1. That's an eat this for you too at the same time. You're getting applause and you're getting an eat this. This is how the channel works, man. Welcome. But Boston showed up, and they weren't an easy team to beat. You know what I mean? If you look at the stats, like we were saying, more shots, more hits. They had their time on attack as well. Like, you know what I mean? They were looking good tonight. They played a tough game, but in the end, that grit, that toughness, got them nowhere. The Leafs, for the most part, resisted the urge to get into one of those physical altercations, to give into that grit mentality, right, Leslie? That everyone's saying that they're missing. Everyone's saying that they need to win. Well, they didn't. They didn't need it to beat Boston tonight. You know? And this is I think it's the fourth consecutive game that our top 4 players on the payroll were the only ones who have scored. 4 games in a row now. Every goal has come from Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Tavares. Hey, chug the bottle. All right. Let's see, chug the bottle in the chat from Shackberry. I always say Shark. I have a problem with letters sometimes. Once again, folks, that's just water, because my stomach couldn't handle anything harder than that. It's important to stay hydrated, and as of course, the chat over here helps me do that by mashing away on the chug the bottle buttons and all that other stuff. Keeps me hydrated, man. All right? So, honestly, huge respect to Boston tonight. This was no easy game. I'm just saying we don't need to fear them anymore. That's my statement for the game, right? I mean, look at the way our top 4 have played. The passes they're making. Now, I'll get into this. I'll give Boston credit here, okay? A Boston fan's credit. So, this one's for you, 12, okay? I never would have thought that goal was going to count. The one that got reviewed there for the Leafs' first goal. I never thought that would get called a goal. Straight up. I mean, that net is way off well before the puck crosses the line. I'd always heard this myth about the rule of, like, if the defensive player is the one that knocks it off, though, the goal can still count if a ref thinks it's okay. I don't know how they determine that, but apparently they can do that. And I've always heard that, but I don't think I've ever seen the rule called, especially not in a Leafs game. I'm sure I saw a highlight maybe somewhere, and that's why it's kicking around in my brain. But straight up, I never would have called that a goal. Like, I never would have thought that was going to be a goal. And we got away with one, and that was all it took for the Leafs to get behind it, to get the momentum going, to start feeding off each other, feeding off that energy. Another amazing home crowd tonight. Another amazing home crowd. Guys, I don't know if our internet digital love that we're trying to spread here to all the newcomers from all the different teams and this fun that we're trying to build, I don't know if it's spilling over to people in the crowds, but I'm telling you, man, there's an energy now I'm seeing that I haven't seen in like a long time. I mean, those lower bowl guys still need to get their seats on time, huh? Come on now. Still a little bit late after the first intermission. Get back to your seats. You're on camera, man. You gotta be seen. But other than that crowd was loud. They were supportive. You know what I mean? Boston scored that second goal. Looks like they might make a push. I mean, they've been in it all game. You know Boston is a team that can come back from a 4-1 deficit. You know it. We've seen it. So you got to give them that respect when approaching the Boston Bruins, right? And when they got that second goal, that could have been a situation where Leafs fans just went, oh, here we go again. Start whipping controllers against the screen and start booing in the building and stuff because of some mistake. You know, I've seen the Leafs fans boo a player on their own team even though they were still winning. I've seen it with my own eyes. You know what I mean? We miss you, Jake Gardner, a little bit. I know he wasn't the greatest, but I like the guy. He was a good guy. So you know what I mean? Another amazing crowd. So look at the checklist tonight. We got an exciting game where we had the strong Boston Bruins. They are still strong, man. I know I'm ripping on them in the Instagram posts and stuff like that. That's just the rivalry, man. We got to give them some respect in the end. It's a good game all around for Boston. I don't think they have anything to be ashamed of. I mean, that Pasternak one-timer, holy, that's just one that goes in and you're like, yep, well, you know what I mean? Well, so, and, you know, metaphoric hats off. Again, we don't take the hat off because the headphones are on. I don't want to mess with any cords and screw up something and then, you know, knock out the connection. And then before you know it, my stream's an utter failure. Even more so than it is. Blood Disciples in the house. Hello, how you doing as well? So, I mean, that's where I'm at. We definitely can hang in this division. We definitely have a team that can make an impact this year. It's time to get on board, and it doesn't mean that we are putting down Boston or we're putting down Tampa. I mean, Florida is still getting points every game. They're like 10-0-1, something like that. The Florida Panthers have gotten at least a point in every game, and they've won all but one. They're at 21 points right now, I think, in the standings. Like, it's unreal. So let's see how we do against a team like that now, okay, to know where we really stand. But at least from here on out, I don't care what happens. You know it's possible for the Leafs to hang with Tampa. You know it's possible for the Leafs to hang with Boston, okay? It's time to get on board. If you're doubting your own team right now, sack up. Let's get going, okay? Because we got to show punks like 12:89 a.m. that we don't mess around here, right? I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Anyways, and I just wanted to say one more other thing, too, before we get to all the chat comments. I'm going to get to the comments here for a second. But in a second, I want to talk about the McDavid goal that's got everybody, you know, losing their minds and stuff. You know? It's a great goal. It's a great goal. A beautiful goal, in fact. Highlight reel goal for sure. Just like when Crosby did it. All right? I've seen it before. It's not unheard of. It's not unheard of. Which is why I think McDavid's goal against the Toronto Maple Leafs, the one he pulled on Riley, is still the better goal. And I'll explain why. You look at that 1-on-4 McDavid goal. Watch the replays. 4 people simultaneously make a defensive error so catastrophic. Right, Leslie? You know what I'm talking about. So catastrophic that, of course, a guy like McDavid is going to score. Now, I'm not saying you could put me in that situation and I'm going to score. Or even half the league in the NHL. You know what I mean? There's lots of guys in the NHL that would not get that goal. It's still an incredible goal. But I'm just saying it's McDavid. You can't, 4 defending people, sit there and watch McDavid go right through you. Nobody played the body. And I'm not talking about drilling him. I'm not talking about laying out McDavid. But get in his way. You're allowed to step in his way and just kind of slow him down a little bit. He's got the puck. He's got the puck. It's not interference if he's got the puck. You're allowed to slow him down with your body. You just can't hold him. But you can get in his way and play the body. Not a single person did. Now the forwards, they can kind of get, you know, taken advantage of quick. I get it. But those 2D are side by side, and they let him walk right through. Now, the move against Riley, though, the move he had against Riley is such a thing of beauty. That is pure hockey talent. That man faked out the entire building, even the cameraman, that he was going to make a pass there. Everyone, including Riley, everybody were sold that, like, oh, he's going for that pass. And the little dipsy doodle fake that he did, without even looking at the puck, he was just the little hop, skip, and a jump, and he's off to a different, complete direction to still come in and score. Oh, that fake out is pure McDavid. That's the stuff I like to see from that dude. What happened there with this 1v4, impressive. But that's a huge defensive error. You know what I mean? All it took is for anyone to get in his way. And like half the league can do that. You know what I mean? In a play like that, they should be able to converge and just not physically let him through. He's McDavid. But they all got caught watching his little hands and his little moves and stuff. And just watching his feet. He's mesmerizing. I get it. I watch. But I'm a fan. I'm not a guy getting paid to stop him. You know what I mean? So, good goal. But I still like the one against Riley better. And of course, you know what I mean? I'm biased. Right, 12? Right? I'm biased, bud. We all know it. So yeah, I want to get to some comments from you guys now before we go, okay? But thank you very much for listening to my rant, to all the newcomers and all the veterans of the show and everything like that. Let's make it big, man. I invite anybody who's not a Leafs fan. Tell everybody, you know what I mean? Sharks, Habs, whatever. They can all come out, man. Everybody can have a good time here. You know what I mean? We can chirp each other and still have a good time, right? You know what I'm saying? So thank you to everybody. Let's get into some chat comments now, all right?